A 7 who is at their best, complete and in harmony with their higher self, you could say, is not trying to jump ahead into the future. They are present, and they really like being present, and they enjoy this moment, not trying to sort out the future because they trust that the future will sort itself out. But when the split occurs, as for all Enneagram types, there's a split away from this wholeness into duality, and for a 7 they feel that every moment is not going to be the same. That yes, they're enjoying this moment, but they need to do something about the future. So it happens like this. I love life. I really love life. It's great. I've got no problems with that. It's just that if I don't plan ahead a little bit, then it's not going to be as good. How do I know that I'm not going to miss out on something? So I just want to make sure that I'm not missing out, that's all. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's a good argument. But what tends to happen is 7s scatter themselves very thinly because they see life as a feast and they want to make the most out of it. So they have loads of friends and do loads of things and like loads of things. If you asked a 7 what do they like, the list would be long. Yeah, I like music. I like bands. I like going to festivals. Already got one booked. I like parties. I like eating. Oh yeah, I love pizzas with goat's cheese, red onion. That's the new thing that I just can't get enough of. I also sweet stuff chocolate, but the real thing is that I'm good at cooking. I can cook up anything you want. I mean, I should be one of those celebrity chefs. No, I am genuinely really good at that. I like lots of different things. I've started rowing. It's good for exercise. Oh, and I'm quite good at qigong to get me spiritually aware. I like talking into the camera. I like meeting people. I've got loads of friends. I like, the list is endless. So they're upbeat, enthusiastic people, but there starts to be this quality that they are always thinking, because they can't miss out, they can't be bored. So when you see them, they're often doing something. They might be looking around to check they're not missing out on something. They might be moving, they might be tapping their fingers on the table or something. They might be dancing a little bit to music. They might be smoking or eating something or taking a drink, or they're busy. They're always busy. They can't sit around doing nothing. They have to keep moving. And their minds are so active. They're thinking all the time, linking this thought with that thought about this and this and this, wondering what they're going to do next, and could they invite this person as well, and would that person get on with this person, and then are they going to have enough time to do this and this and this and this. So there starts to be this quite manic quality for them. 7s are not always disloyal, but in relationships, short ones or long ones, they can seem to have this quality of sometimes being totally attentive and other times just switching off. Because their thing is that they want to be entertained, and they see life as an opportunity to always be entertained. So if they're interested in you at that moment, then they can be totally, oh, you're beautiful, I can't believe I'm with someone like you, you're too good for me, oh wow. So what should we do tonight? This is going to be, let's have fun. You know what, I think I might want to marry you. And then, later that evening, they might be sat with the person in a bar and lose interest a bit and start to look around and the other person can see that 7's not looking at me, they're not interested in me. It's very confusing. And relationships can very quickly end when it seemed that the 7 was totally romantically involved and dedicated to that person. Now, 7s are not always confident people, but they're normally upbeat because they like the positive side of life. They don't want to focus on their vulnerability and sadness and melancholy and that sort of thing. So they can actually be quite if that sort of thing comes up, they say, oh, well, I don't want to talk about that. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. I don't need to talk about any of that. Come on, let's have a drink. Let's have a party. And they can become excessive in lots of different things, food and drink and other substances. It's like a bit like they have a void inside that they need to keep filling up. And some sevens do like negativity, but only if it's exciting negativity, like if they're having a tantrum. Some sevens are real drama queens and they need playmates. So if their friends are deciding they're not going to come to them with a festival, hey, what are you talking about? You said you'd do that. How dare you? How dare you? So what, I'm going to go on my own, am I? Oh, I can't believe this. And they will enjoy the drama, and sometimes they'll actually try and start an argument just for the drama. But sevens end up, trying to create excitement from every moment. They're not accepting that sometimes life has its down points, so they can be really on the move, and they can not be stopping, and they can end up going a bit mad and like having this nightmare because they can't get away from the present moment. They want to jump to the future and make the future better, but they can't enjoy the present moment because they're constantly on the move and thinking, well, what am I going to do next, and trying to do something to make them feel complete, but they never are. So this starts to be exhausting, and this is rock bottom for a seven. And they actually, and I've seen sevens go absolutely mad because they can't run away from the whole of themselves, and they can't run away from the fact that when they try and escape into the future, that they're ignoring the present, and in the end that can drive them mad. So that's the worst, that's rock bottom, but many sevens would never get to that. But the important thing, as with all these different Enneagram types in these videos I'm making, is that wherever a seven finds themselves, there's always a way back up the scale, up back to the place that was at the start of the video, where they feel complete and they feel present and they feel happy just to be present, and that's the here and now is enough, which is a really satisfying enjoyment that they have missed out on when they've been trying to plan it all. And all a seven has to do is accept the present moment and let go of the future, which might sound difficult. And if you told a seven to sit down and be present, well, I'm not going to sit down. Why do I need to sit down? No. They would find it boring. Why? So what a seven can do is keep doing whatever they're doing. If they want to get up and move around, they get up and move around. If they want to talk to someone on the phone, they do that. If they want to have a drink, they do that. If they just keep living life in the way that they're living it, but they have to be present with whatever they're doing. So they can say, okay, so this is what I'm doing now. I'm looking at a video camera, I'm talking to it, that's what I'm doing now. I'm walking, this is all, I'm walking, yeah, this walking is enough, this is all I have to do, just this one small step, yeah, walking. Everything else I can do later. And what starts to happen is, if they focus on walking as they're walking, and if they focus on, watching TV while they're watching TV, and if they focus on eating while they're eating, then they start to gently find a settling inside, which means that they are present even when they're very active. And it starts to become more possible for them to enjoy being present. And even when these feelings come up, like negative feelings and sadnesses and things, because they're starting to settle and slow, and it starts to be more possible for them to remain a little bit longer with whatever the present moment is showing, and not try and run away from it anymore. But they don't have to lose all that wonderful, lovely enthusiasm they've got, because the sevens are buoyant and they can come right back up again. But the next time they are enthusiastic and full of energy and want to do things, there's this sense of freedom from their need to escape. There's a sense that they own their actions, that they own their their presence. So they're wonderful people to be around because they're so uplifting, but they're also not running away from anything. There's a video, a Wayne Dyer video I watched. I can't remember what it's called. It totally blanked out of my mind. But there's a film director in the video, and he's a really good example of a 7. He's making a documentary, but he doesn't think, he's fed up with his life, and it's not working out the way he wanted it to work out, and he's not a big director. And we see the 7 at the end inhabit himself, and he is still that wonderful, childlike, enthusiastic person, but he's found presence and he's woken up, and that's I wish I could remember. I'll try and put a subtitle over this to remember the film and the name of the character in it. But it's a Wayne Dyer one. Anyway, I'm going off. But that's it. So there's more information on the Enneagram or enneagramplayground.com website and theforgottengame.com website. But if you're a 7, good luck with that.